Hello everyone, I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for visiting with me today. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel, The Cutting Board. We do all kinds of content here, food related, shopping hauls, true crime, DIY, SFX makeup, regular makeup, vlogs, and most importantly, at least to me, Disney content. So I asked ChatGPT if they could write me a YouTube script discussing Gypsy Rose Blanchard's manipulation of Nicholas Godejohn. And I find the result kind of laughable. I played with ChatGPT a little bit and asked questions, and information was, for the most part, pretty accurate about various topics. But the script it gave me for the Gypsy Rose Blanchard manipulation of Nicholas Godejohn prompt was, well, I'm just going to tell you what it said, okay? And do not come for me in the comments. Some people don't listen, and then they're like, this isn't even what happened. I am reading to you what ChatGPT spit out for me, okay? That doesn't mean this is what I think. This is just what ChatGPT gave me. So I'm going to read that to you, and I'm going to try very hard to not interject my thoughts into it. And then at the end, we'll discuss a little bit. So this is what ChatGPT gave me in return for my prompt. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most infamous true crime cases of the last decade, the murder of D.D. Blanchard. But instead of rehashing the basics, we're focusing on a question that still sparks debate. Did Gypsy Rose Blanchard manipulate Nicholas Godejohn into murder? Let's break down the messages, the psychology, and the power dynamics behind this deadly duo. The backstory. Before we can talk manipulation, we have to understand the world Gypsy was living in. Gypsy spent her life under the control of her mother, D.D. Blanchard, who fabricated countless illnesses in a severe case of Munchausen by proxy. Wheelchairs, feeding tubes, unnecessary medications. Gypsy was convinced that she was terminally ill. But by her late teens, she discovered the truth. She was healthy. That revelation set the stage for desperation and for Nicholas Godejohn to enter her life. In 2012, Gypsy met Nicholas Godejohn on a Christian dating site. Nick, who struggled with autism spectrum disorder and a history of mental health challenges, quickly became obsessed with Gypsy. Their online relationship exploded with fantasy role play, prince and princess, dark alter egos, BDSM. Gypsy had finally found someone who gave her the freedom she craved. But some argue she also saw an opportunity. According to prosecutors, Gypsy was not just a passive victim in these chats. Court records show that she brought up the idea of killing Dee first. In one exchange, Gypsy allegedly told Nick that he would need to be her man and protect her from her mother. Nick later testified that Gypsy guided the plan, telling him when to come, how to enter, and even providing duct tape and gloves. While Nick ultimately wielded the knife, many believe that Gypsy carefully set the stage. But was it pure manipulation or mutual obsession? Nick described himself as Gypsy's hitman out of love. Psychologists who analyze their messages note that Gypsy played both victim and seductress, encouraging Nick's darker fantasies while reinforcing his belief that killing Dee Dee was the only escape. In their minds, this wasn't murder. It was a twisted love story with a, quote, happy ending, end quote. After the murder, Gypsy and Nick were caught within days. Nick was sentenced to life in prison. Gypsy took a plea deal for second-degree murder and served just 8 years, walking free at the end of 2023. Her release sparked a media frenzy and a debate. Was she a victim of horrific abuse, a cunning manipulator, or both? So, was Gypsy Rose a survivor who did what she had to do, or did she cleverly exploit Nicholas Godejohn's devotion to escape her mother? The truth might live in the messy middle. What do you think? Was this manipulation or mutual destruction? So that was it. And it's not bad. It's just, I think, a little misguided and leaves a lot of information out. Because I think most of us agree that the allegations of how Gypsy says Dee Dee treated her are not true, or at least not completely true. Like many others have said in the past, Dee Dee was no angel. But I don't believe that she was the monster that Gypsy Rose makes her out to be and continues to make her out to be. And I also asked the ChatGPT to talk about the microdeletion and how that explained a lot, if not all, of the medical intervention that Gypsy experienced. And ChatGPT returned that the microdeletion isn't real, it was just a rumor, but we've all heard it from her own mouth that she has the microdeletion. So, is ChatGPT a reliable source? I think it is to an extent, but you still need to cross-reference and do your research. ChatGPT can be an extremely useful tool, but you have to check the facts. You have to still look into it. ChatGPT should not be used as a cheat code, in other words. As far as at the beginning, it's saying it was going to be a deep dive, this was not a deep dive. There is so much more to the story and so much more to discuss. And it wasn't true. It wasn't all true. That I feel it wasn't all true. I also asked ChatGPT if Dee Dee's death could have been prevented, and the answer just kind of trashes Dee Dee in a sense. And if you are interested in hearing what ChatGPT said to me about that, let me know, and I'll feature that in another ChatGPT versus the truth video. So I really want to go more into it and break it apart, and I will do that in a later video, but I just wanted to present to you what ChatGPT said, gosh, to jump off a new series I'm going to try and do, ChatGPT versus the truth, and to just see how accurate ChatGPT is about various topics. So let me know other things you want to talk about as far as ChatGPT versus the truth. So tell me your thoughts in the comments, and like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you feel like it. Or you don't have to do any of those things if you don't want to. It's totally up to you. Don't be a people pleaser. So anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this discussion, and I hope it jumpstarts a nice discussion in the comments. And give me all the information you want to give me via comment or email, and we will put together a longer, more detailed, more honest, and accurate video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to everyone later. Bye!